And again, everything we've done is we're all volunteer run. And so last year when we moved into this new location, we built this greenhouse. And with your donations and all our plant sales, this is one of the things that, besides the soil mixes, that it went into is this is our fancy smancy greenhouse. And this is in case it gets too cold. We got some reserve propane tanks for when it gets really cold. And we're tapped into Crazy Woman Farm solar bank, so we have a little bit of electrical use. And so when we're starting off plants, even though we grow things that are well for our area, we do have some that are a little more cold sensitive, or at least when they're at the younger stages, they're a lot more sensitive. So we have some pretty hardy figs, some bananas. We thought, why not? Some mulberries, some really healthy blueberries, and you want to get at least more than one variety of blueberry if you're going to want to get some fruit. They like to cross-pollinate. Turmeric, which is one of the key ingredients in curry, that kind of makes it a yellowish-orange color, and it's very anti-cancerous, anti-inflammatic, really good for you. It's related to ginger. This is arrowroot, which is a type of tuber. You can use it like a carb starch and also as a thickening agent. This is Nepali cactus, which is thornless, and you can even buy that. I've only seen it in Walmart in their produce section, but one of these pads will cost you about $4. And you can eat those, and the Lunchbox Cafe sells those in tacos. So if you ever want to try that and see how it tastes. And they're just a really good attractive landscape plant. Here's some more of the chaya spinach tree, some more of the type of guavas that we grow in our area. And we have some pomegranates. And the same thing, you want to try and get more than one variety of pomegranate ideally, but yes, you can grow them well here, and they split off and make a whole bunch of different branches. And so there you go. And this is and you see how big some of the, I have a large hand, and you see how big that mulberry leaf is. So that's a really good, nice solar panel to make all that sugar. And there's a grasshopper buzzing in here, trying to sneak in and eat all of our plants. I guess he knows what's up. So this is one of our cranberry hibiscus, which makes these really pretty flowers, and you can eat the leaves, and you can see, you can eat the leaves. So they make a really good tea, and you can add on the salad. And here's a better example of the pigeon pea, the really nice flower of those. It's really attractive, and then that'll turn into a lentil pod. And this is one of our other shade nurseries. So when we're starting off plants, especially in the winter time, but they still need to be covered up and not burn up, especially on the hot days. This is one of the sections of our other varieties of fig. Like I said, we have 8 types. And there's a mango kind of in the mix there, but that's a really cool dwarf variety. And we're going to start grafting those and hopefully be able to start growing mangoes here in North Florida. This is a fiberless black sugarcane. This is a really fancy one that we got hooked up with. And so we've been growing those, and they're very tasty. You get a lot more juice out of them and less fiber. Which fiber meaning, it's just going to be pithy. These are a hot weather lettuce that we want to encourage everybody to grow. This is called India lettuce. We originally got these from Echo down in Naples, Fort Myers area, and we built this enclosure because the wascally rabbits have been coming in and eating these because they know they're delicious. But these get really tall, and they almost look like they're bolting the seed, and they're slightly bitter, but they're pretty good. And if you can mix them in with other greens, or it's just one of those other things you can grow in the hot weather, including this, the coxcomb or quail grass, and it makes these really beautiful flowers. They're naturally insect resistant. They you can see they're not getting eaten up by bugs, but you want to boil the water and drain it. And so here's some more of the lamb's quarters, and we don't usually have enough volunteers, so a lot of these ended up not getting put out in the field, so they would have been better out in the field, and so these are a little too late to plant. So next time if you want to help out, you'd be surprised just what an hour, even one time or every once in a while will do to contribute to how much food we can produce for the area. You see here the coxcomb has a whole bunch of little other flowers that it's going to start off. This is called Go-To Cola, which you could buy at some Spanish stores or health food stores, and a lot of commercial teas for energy. So it's known to be a natural stimulant, help your cognitive function supposedly, and energy. And this is another tropical. Pretty sure it's a Adamoya or a sweet sop. This is the African basil, which makes these really pretty purple flowers, which you don't have any at the moment, which is good because they're kind of hard to maintain. They grow so fast you have to maintain them, but it grows into a pretty good sized bush. This is from South Florida. It's called Carissa. It has these mild thorns, and it makes this really beautiful white flower. We have one right here, and it has a really good fragrance like a honey blossom. And it makes these reddish fruits that are kind of sweet and tart called natal plum or Carissa. And this is some of the Cuban oregano. You can see how big that it can get, and this is less than a year old. And we've done a bunch of cuttings off of it, and this thing's really prolific. Have a tropical Central South American plant called katuk. And that's also a really nutritious green. It's high in protein. This is more of the cranberry hibiscus, and you can see it's growing like crazy. And this gigantic stand of it is really just growing from a sad 1 gallon pot. So if you're the kind of person who say you don't really have a lot of time to take care of your plants, look how big this is. And this is neglected, to say the least, and hardy. So if you're looking for stuff that you're not really a plant person, or you think it's not going to survive, that's living proof right there. We also have a couple pineapples for fun and some avocados. We're trying to develop and start growing more cold hardy avocados, and again our mango project. And you can see these are some of the chayas. Amanda, can you stand next to that so we can get an idea about how tall they are? So, so they get pretty big, so they pump out a lot of food for you. We also have some other kinds of sugar cane and stuff, but that's pretty much our nursery in a nutshell.